another week, some more to report on, and yeah, we're just trying to get by. Let's see exactly what is going on. Stay tuned. And I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in. Let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Of course, I'm checking in from Northern New Jersey. Back to the personal situation. Let's head into this Dollar Tree over in Maplewood. Stable milk is also a plus. These past few years showed me. Hey family, welcome back to another video. Today is Saturday, so happy Saturday. Hopefully you all are doing well. Hopefully you all had an amazing week so far. This is Shauna, and I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in. Let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Seriously, let us know how you're doing. So far, what I'm seeing, so Musk and Dodge, right? So they was trying to make as many cuts possible for Social Security, meaning if you receive any form of Social Security payments, your payment can be delayed and or cut. But I believe so far that's been blocked. So it was a series of interviews on Thursday, guys, Thursday and Friday. So Dudek appeared to suggest that the judge ruling blocking Joe accessing SSA data would force him to pause Social Security payments and block all employees from the agency's system. So if nobody can get in, people cannot receive their payments. So they're also saying that they will have access to everyone's information, of course, and that is a big problem. They said my anti-fraud team would
Doge affiliate.
IT staff would be
Doge affiliate.
he said to Bloomberg News, as it stands, I will follow it exactly and terminate access by all SSA employees to our IT systems. Wow, I didn't even know, honestly, and I'm just being upfront, y'all. I didn't even know that Elon had something to do with the whole situation going on with Social Security Administration right now. I did not know that, but if you like me and you ain't know now, you know. I'm hearing Elon name is in a mixture of a whole lot of stuff now. Oh, I mean, not saying that he wasn't before, but publicly, I'm hearing his name and seeing his name everywhere. So Elon Musk's team descended on an already understaffed Social Security Administration, which now faces further workforce cuts and closures of local locations. So, yeah. Hopefully nobody's payments is delayed because people cannot afford that right now or ever. Like I said, right now it's been blocked. So if you can get into the system, I don't know if you can check to see when your payment is coming. Is it expected to arrive on time? Hopefully it do. But they're definitely trying to mess with Social Security as well. After that whole
Doge ruling.
so if that's something extra you guys want to look into, or just watch out for, definitely do that as well, especially if you are dependent on these benefits. They're trying to block those Social Security payments, whether it is cutting the staff, because if staff get cut and funding get cut, it can mess with your check at the end of the day. Yeah, so what's next? I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there because sometimes I will be recording and some things get missed because the video just go on for too long. But they do also have a full list of Social Security offices closing after
The whole Doge cuts as
so
well.
they are going to be closing multiple locations. So if you have issues to take care of in person, just call them, call the office if you can get through, because y'all know how it is. If you can get through, call the office to see if that location is still open before taking your time to go down there. And I don't care what nobody say, Trump is out to get his enemies. At the end of the day, no, y'all know we got the little puppets going on. But I believe Trump is his own man. Though he's controlled in some way too. And if y'all don't see it, then y'all just don't see it by now. Okay. But Trump is literally out, like, he's out there to get his enemies. I think he took away, if I'm not mistaken, I don't wanna get it wrong. So Trump, yeah, so he did pull the security clearance for Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton, because he's like, well, they don't need to access none of this information anymore. So he's trying to block them from getting into, certain systems as well. Woo, y'all. So let me see if they said it. They're saying that it might not have any immediate impact, but they're saying it is another sign of the growing political rift in Washington as Trump seeks revenge, there we go, on his perceived enemies, and he would be coming for them. So they're also saying, let's see, Trump also targeted the Republican former Representative Liz, a sharp Trump critic, former Biden White House National Security Advisor Jake, and Mrs. Hill, a Russia expert who served on his National Security Council during his first term. He's coming after all of them. So Mark also said a national security lawyer in Washington who represents the whistleblowers, and Adam Kinzinger, a former Republican lawmaker who is also a sharp Trump critic, were among several others who have their security clearances revoked. Their security clearances as well. And he also already revoked the security clearance for Biden, denying the former president to the traditional access to the U.S. intelligence. So yeah, Trump is not playing. He's gonna block any and everybody that is in his way. Anyhow, so enough talk about Trump for now. I don't know if you guys knew, but the measles is back on the loose. Listen to this story. So, mom of a child dead from measles. Don't do the shots, they're saying. My other 4 kids were fine. So here's what happened in this story. So the parents have an unvaccinated 6-year-old girl who died of measles in Texas last month sat down for an interview with the Children's Health Defense, the rabid anti-vaccine organization founded and run until recently by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Keep a listen for that name. Who is now the U.S. Health Secretary under the Trump administration. So here's what happened. So the little girl, 6-year-old actually, wound up with the measles. They did a whole interview and everything with the family and with the parents. So the parents did claim that their other children, 4 children, caught the measles after the little girl's passing. So after she passed away, the other kids wound up getting the measles. They went to a different doctor, and the doctor gave them like cod liver oil, and something in that sort. But they're not vaccinated. I believe the 6-year-old was vaccinated, wound up getting the vaccine for the measles, and she wound up really sick and died. And on top of that, she also had pneumonia. And the parents are saying, yes, they believe that it's due to the vaccine, why the little girl did die, in fact. I don't know. Let me know how many of you are actually into the vaccines. Y'all believe y'all should get every single vaccine that's recommended. Y'all got to let me know in the comments down below. To me, the only story that I have about vaccines, y'all know when them kids go to school, if your child is unvaccinated, you can sign a consent form, saying, my child is unvaccinated for whatever reason. But if your child do get anything such as a little cold, you cannot send your child to school. You will have to keep your child home. That's why it's best, like, if you do have unvaccinated children, it's easier, I guess, to keep them home, because if they do get sick, you will have to keep them home anyway. But anyway, the only story that I have personally when it comes down to vaccines, my first child, he's 13 now, my first child, he was like up to date with his vaccines and everything. And it was after his 1-year-old shots. If I'm not mistaken, it was his 1-year-old shots. When I say my son was talking before one, pointing out all of his ABCs, even recognizing some words. After he got his vaccines, after like that, a little bit after 1, he got his vaccines. When I tell y'all, less than 2 weeks later, his body start breaking out in hives. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of the bumps. I'll go back into my little Google Photos and I'll bring it up for you guys. His body started breaking out in hives and everything. I took him out. I took him to the doctor. And I mean, it stayed sores from his face to his feet. I thought it was hand, foot, and mouth disease because he was in daycare. It wasn't. Till this day, I don't know what it was. So I took him back to the doctor, and the doctor was like, well, is he getting bit by something? And I'm like, no, he's not. And it's only happening to him. And he's recently been vaccinated. So the doctor just gave him some cream and stuff and kind of like threw it off. So the bumps, they just wouldn't, the little scars, of course, it did not disappear. Till this day, he still have some scars on his body you can still notice. But not just that. Over some time, we've noticed this. My child who was talking and everything before 1. My bad, y'all, because I'm like, speech delayed. How this boy who was talking before 1 all of a sudden is speech delayed? Drooling consistently. This is stuff that I noticed. My family noticed. Drooling consistently. I mean drooling. We took him, got him evaluated and everything. And became extra, like doing stuff he never did, like even when he'd go to like preschool, like running around, hiding under desk away from people. I mean, these are signs he never showed before these so-called vaccines. Anyway, yeah, so the doctor just questioned if he was getting bit by something, and I said no. Did a little allergy test and everything, and he was allergic to cats. Didn't have cats at the time. Yeah, so got him evaluated and stuff, and they said, oh, he just have a communication delay. How he got a communication delay when he was doing everything fine before then? So something is definitely up with the vaccines. Of course, not everyone, but I'm sure most of you heard about, vaccines giving certain group of people who did get certain vaccines wound up with autism or ADHD or whatever the case may be. So I'm just going to leave that right there where it's at. Do you guys trust vaccines? That's it. I told my story. Do you guys trust vaccines? Moral of the story is, when it came down to the little girl who did die, the 6-year-old who did die, the mom of child dead from measles said, don't do the shots. My other 4 kids who were unvaccinated were fine. That's what she said. We also have an urgent recall at Walmart. Families are being told to throw this item away. Do not consume it. So let's see what this recall actually is, because I did not pull up the report. Oh, I think we covered this already. So there is a recall of those oyster crackers still. It is from like Walmart, Trader Joe's. So just like a quick little summary of this recall. So it is the oyster crackers from the Market Pantry Soup and Oyster Crackers, Great Value Soup and Oyster Crackers, Giant Eagle oyster crackers, Vista Soup and oyster crackers, and a 20-pound bulk oyster crackers. We'll go ahead and put that here. It's just a quick little thing because we did cover that already. But Walmart is still saying, hey, if you have it, toss it out. Bring it back for a refund. And then Elon Musk's deportation hearing in Education Department. Yeah. So the Department of Education, they're still trying to go ahead and just like that. They are making homeland security cuts as well. The Trump administration shut down 3 watchdog agencies in the Department of Homeland Security. Why would you want to do that right now? Is he setting up other countries, or is he setting us up at this point? What in all the world? Anyway, so basically they're saying gutting the offices responsible for conducting oversight of the president immigration crackdown. More than 100 staff members in the department's civil rights office alone were fired. Ding, ding, ding. All right, whatever. So Elon Musk, Mr. Trump rejected the idea that Elon Musk was going to be told about the secret U.S. plan for a potential military conflict with China. Even as he denied reporting that such a briefing had been planned to be held, Mr. Musk, whose companies have major contracts with the U.S. military, y'all hear this? I'm surprised he didn't try to run for president. Did he ever try to run for president, Mr. Musk there? Did he? I don't know. So instead, had an 80-minute meeting with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Don't get me in line with them names. So deportation fight. So a federal judge in Washington appeared deeply skeptical about the Trump administration's use of a powerful but rarely used wartime law to deport scores of Venezuelan immigrants. In a hearing on Friday, the judge James Boasberg said he was concerned that President Trump was using a law when there was neither an invasion nor a declared state of war to deport migrants his administration determined were gang members, but the migrants were unable to contest to the designation. So what they going to do? I am telling y'all, I think that they taking some of them immigrants and they putting them in some labs and they experimenting on them. I'm telling y'all. I think that they going to some camps. They taking them to some type of camp. And we already covered Trump revoked security clearance for Biden, Harris, and Clinton, and a bunch of other people. You get in his way, he will block you. There was another plane. Another plane went down over in I think if it was it the Bahamas? It was somewhere. Let me see. It was somewhere in the island. They had the 3 years after China Eastern plane crash. Nope, that's not it. There's so many planes going down. It is crazy. Plane crashes near Grand Bahama Sport Complex. No, that wasn't it either. But they do need, let me see. Like I said, they need approval from Congress. They need to make... They do need approval from Congress. You know, the teachers union, they're definitely standing up for this and is making it uncertain on whether or not it's going to be blocked or not. So the order aims to preserve funding for Title I schools, students with disabilities, Pell Grants, and student loans. If enacted, the order would shift education authority to states, potentially impacting federal funding in programs like special education. So if this whole thing happens, like I said, Trump did go ahead and sign that executive order already. He signed it on March 20th, but only Congress can fully close a federal agency. So what happens next is still unclear when it comes down to the Board of Education. Crazy. See, so much. Like they said, that Project 2025. Isn't it crazy to be here in 2025 and actually see the things unfold? We are in a sad world right now. Man, oh man. But what is good on the news? What's happening? What's something positive? Something positive, leave it in the comments down below. We are all here. We are all healthy, hopefully, right? We all wake up every day. You know, we take that breath and we just move on. The sun is trying to come out and we gonna get out. Yes, we are. So I'm gonna go ahead and share just a quick little photo of the price of eggs. Yeah, no, the price of eggs. Did come down. That was my highlight, even though, like I said, it's still high. But it did come down. I'm not spending $30 on a box of darn eggs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If any of you celebrate Easter, of course, let us know in the comments down below. Y'all know that I'm going to be making a little baggies for my 4-year-old class. So every student there would be going home with a little bag, whether they celebrate it or not. They would be going home with a little bag because kids enjoy those type of things when it comes down to children, at least. And especially in my type of area, like the low income areas and stuff like that. A lot of the families, I guess, like they receive like assistance or housing or whatever the case may be. Everybody got their own little situation. The child shouldn't have to suffer. You feel me? The child shouldn't have to suffer. Because even here, we have to look forward to the rent increase that's about to happen, because our lease need to be renewed soon. So we got to look, already paying over $2,000 a month, right? So we have to look forward to how much that's going to be, while still keeping our children happy at the same time. And not everyone can do that. So with my little extra, I would be making sure my little class is happy. You know, do a little something for them. And you know what? That makes us all happy. You know, when parents, they see their kids coming out the class, well, coming out the line after school, and their kids smiling like, look what I got. That really do bring joy to me. And I'm sure their parents be happy as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing as far as for Easter. That's what I'm going to be doing, making sure that those little ones are good. But until next time, y'all, we're going to leave this video right here where it's at. Hopefully you all enjoy the rest of your Saturday, the rest of your weekend. Like I said, if you want to leave something positive in the comments, leave it right down in the comments below. And if you are new here, you did enjoy today's video, all you have to do is like, comment, subscribe to become part of the family. It is free. It is free. And until next time, y'all, thank you all for your why my tongue tied? Thank you all for your support. This is Shauna, and I'm officially checking out from Moments with Us. You all stay prepped, stay blessed, stay safe, and most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings. Until next time, love you all, and God bless. Peace. Do it with me. Peace. Peace out, y'all.